Hey, this is Lawrence Fleming here again. I'm settled into my new campsite, at least my tent is up. I've had dinner. I'm just going to go look around and see what we've got. Most of this campsite is empty. One, because it is a weekday. And two, because it's out in the middle of nowhere. The closest store of any kind is the Dollar General, and it's 20 minutes away. I can get most of what I want at the visitor center, but general groceries are probably 30 minutes away. There's more squirrels out running around. I'm just going to pick a site where I can sit down. And we can talk a little bit. I still got people coming in on the channel saying that there's no such thing as a pre-trib rapture. There's no such thing as an early rapture. Paul was looking for the rapture. That would certainly be pre-trib to me. Let me see if I can put this down without being too disruptive. Okay. It's a little hotter here. I'm on the Florida border, so would expect so. So I got to dig through and find my summer clothes. I didn't bring a lot with me because I expected to be mostly in North Georgia. I came down here hoping to visit with some friends, and I'll get that in the middle of the week sometime. Okay, so as we look after this weekend, I talked about it yesterday, you just need to pay attention to what's going on in the world. The rapture's out there. We know it's out there. We have two different descriptions of how Jesus comes to earth. Peacefully into the clouds and being followed by an army. And we have the word harpazo used. We will be caught up. But as I keep saying, the rapture is not tied to any calendar. Don't look and see the next full moon or the next holy event or whatever. It's not tied to that. It's tied to Satan. Now, as I said, my guess, and this is a guess because I'm not a prophet, at least I haven't up to this point been given that privilege. All of us could be, but it's a gift that God has for a specific occasion. But Satan's going to have to cause it. He's going to have to do something for God to rapture us. Now, I keep saying it's got something to do with the war in heaven, with the angels up there fighting with Satan and throwing him out. So is the rapture down here when he gets here because he's mad? Or are we being raptured to go up there and help fight? I don't know how we fight in heaven. Do we use pillows? I jokingly said lightsabers. Maybe we just need to bolster the strength through prayer. By going up there, we just sit and pray and support the ones that are fighting. There's some of you that don't want to fight, so I'm not saying we have to go fight. Maybe we just go to pray. But whatever the reason is, it seems to be hinged around Satan. Satan being thrown to earth may trigger everything. He's down here. He may go ahead and, with us gone, he may go ahead and deal with getting started with the whole tribulation time frame, which I don't agree with the full timing on it, but just that's a side issue. We have really nothing in the first half to tell us about any kind of lineup that we've got. All we have is we have to build the temple. Or the Antichrist has to get a peace treaty together and get them to build the temple. And when he does, that's when the timing can actually be calculated. At least we know we're in the middle. The timing on the second half is hard too. It wasn't designed for us to be able to micromanage it. It's just to tell us the generalities of the things that are going to happen. Now, I mentioned a little bit of it yesterday, and I'm going to continue to stay on this theme. Why are we here? Because you're important to God, and there are things to do, and you have gifts, and you have to use them. Whatever your gift, everybody has a unique gift. Whatever it is. And it may be something that you're afraid to use because you don't think you can do it. That's the perfect gift, because you have to rely on God. You can't do it. So we're down here because we're special to God, and we can help because we have the Spirit in us. We're part of his team. He didn't adopt us in just because he needed more numbers. He handpicked all of us. Our names have been in the book of life from the beginning. We just didn't know it, and we didn't have the Spirit in us until we accepted it to be able to see what that meant. It's not predestination. God just knows everything. When you know everything, you don't have to figure things out. But we don't know everything. That's plain to see in our daily lives. So find that special gift that you've got. Practice using it. Maybe you don't know what your gift is. Talk to God. Pray about it. And if he gives you an idea that might be your gift, try it. Make sure you're talking to God, but try it. It may not work well the first time, but I have found that when I use God's gifts, everything just flows smoothly right into it. I don't have to set it up. If you have to do all the work, it's not a gift to God, it's your gift. In order for it to be a gift to God, he has to basically help you to be in the right place at the right time with the right things to say. We're told about this. If you ever have to go to court, don't worry about what you have to say. God will give you the words. And we're getting crazier and crazier with our courts, so keep that in mind. You don't have to do anything wrong to go to court. They just have to not like what you're talking about. Now, I hope the trouble I was having night before last uploading a video was just an accident. But that bothers me that I had trouble. It took me 3 tries to get my video up. I don't know if it was technology or the big guys watching. I don't know. So I'm going to start over the next few weeks, start looking at learning how to use Telegraph. For one, I've got a couple of videos up there, but I really don't know how to use it. I don't know how to attract people. I don't know how to find people. I mean, I can find sites if I know what they are to look for. So if somebody, in a video says, find me on Telegram, I can do that. But I got to figure out how I can do the same thing. I've got a lot of videos. I don't know if I can upload them from here. This camp is like the other camp. Comes a couple of squirrels fighting behind me. I don't know if you saw them run down the tree. Where'd he go? He got chased down the tree and took off behind me somewhere. But I'm going to try to get Telegram set up. So, I mean, I've already got a page, but I'm going to try to start using it more, start posting on a regular basis. I'm trying my WeBoost here, and it's not working well. I've got to get strong enough signal so I can get a WeBoost app on my phone so I can test it better. Just having the device doesn't do any good if you can't point it in the right direction. I'm close, but I'm not close enough. And like I was saying, this site here, the cell signal is weak. Occasionally I get a bar or half a bar, and then I can usually check my stuff, but then right in the middle of talking to you guys and following up on the chats, it goes out. I can drive up to the visitor center again like I did at the last site. But their Wi-Fi isn't as strong as the last site. It's the same name. It's the government. They don't have to make up things each time they go someplace else. They just use the same stuff. So I have a way to upload, I think. And this is going to be my first video to test with. So if you want to talk about in the chat what you think your special gift is and where you need help, where you need prayers, then we can kind of talk about that. I'm having a problem right now by not being able to monitor this channel, and I'm getting people put too many incorrect verses in. Be careful of people putting stuff on my page because they may or may not know what they're talking about, especially those that say there's no rapture till the end. There's a bunch of them out there, and they're very hard line. It's a specific church. I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want to create any problems with that. But the problem is they're told that there's only one rapture, and it's at the end. Why? Why even bother coming in at the end? The problem's over with by that time. If we've survived, we've survived. Why bother rapturing anybody? There is one at the end, but where all the verses talk about not knowing the day or the hour, that is the second coming, not the rapture. The rapture is anytime, any minute, anywhere. Like I said, Paul was looking for it. So there is the possibility. He's never was raptured. So there's still one out there someplace that we're waiting for. And it's going to match up with something. It's not going to be a Jewish holiday. Someone mentioned the stars falling from the sky. Well, that matches with Satan being thrown to earth. So maybe we're getting out of here for that. I don't know. We don't know. We won't know until it happens. So keep your hopes up, but keep busy. We're here because God loves us and wants us to have a good life while we're helping Him and helping other people. Use your gift. You have a special gift just for you. Use it. Okay, this is going to be a little bit short. I just want to get it up and see if it works. So, hope everybody has a blessed week. I've got katydids in the trees. You can hear them. Bzzz. Not as many birds, a lot more squirrels and alligators. And tomorrow we're going to go out on a boat tour of the Okefenokee swamps. Our own little river cruise, Jungle Book, or what's the Disney ride that you can ride on? No elephants and no hippopotamuses sticking up out of the water, but we will have lots of alligators. I'm going to tack one on the end of this because I found one. Right where you get your boats, there's an alligator that swims in that water looks almost black. Okay. Blessings to everyone. Until we meet in the clouds, God bless. Okay, there's our first alligator. He's just kind of resting in the boat area. Tomorrow I'm going to go out on a tour and I'll see if I can get some more video for you. This is just kind of how you leave. Just to that little channel, but the swamp's big. The tour is an hour and a half. It won't be like the Jungle Boat tour at Disneyland, so this would be a little bit different. Blessings. One of our local critters. You better stay away from the water though. Alligators will come up on land. These guys are a little tamer than the last place. I couldn't get this close to a squirrel on the last campsite. Nice.